So students, let us continue email marketing that we were discussing about the steps that one has to follow, and we were looking at how one should design the email copy. The template should be something that complements the reader's attention rather than competing with them. We are not competing with the reader in any way. In fact, we want to facilitate the process and we want to enhance the reader's engagement with the firm, and therefore if the design is conducive and the design is according to the taste of the reader, that is going to enhance the overall experience and the overall process of engaging the consumers with the firm. It is always important to know that your mobile applications and your email should be integrated across the designs. In fact, these days students, we find that people access their emails and they have their emails which can be opened on their desktops, which can be opened and viewed and read on their tablets, which can be used on their various other devices, even on the mobile devices. So the email template which is integrated across various devices, be it your mobile or your desktops or your tablets, would be very healthy in optimizing the whole experience for the reader. Think about how this email will look on various devices before you zero down on the template or the design. And again, it is through testing that you can ensure that it is delivered across a broad range of email clients and broad range of devices. So it should not have a very narrow kind of use when it comes to design. If the design is such that it can be used on your phablets also, your tablets also, your mobile devices also, then it would be healthier, because in that case it would be very cost effective for the firm to use the same email design for its clients who might be using email or accessing their email across multiple devices. Let us come to the third step of the email marketing process, which is delivery. Now it has to be delivered, and here comes the role of your email service providers, known by ESPs. Now, one has to recognize the key characteristics of your email service provider. Who is your email service provider? It is with what service provider that you have created your email account. It could be Rediff, it could be Yahoo, it could be Google, it could be Gmail, it could be MSN, it could be any service provider. Identify when is the time when subscribers are most likely to open the email. So delivery also has a lot to do, students, with the scheduling of the email. When is the probability, when through the historical data about your subscribers, when you churn that data and you go back in the history and figure out when was this email read, when was the email responded to, you can then schedule the future emails accordingly, so that the possibility of reading up those emails and responding to those emails go up. Also personalize the design of the email when it is sent to the subscriber, so as to accommodate his or her preferences. How would you like and when would you like the email to be delivered to you, and the form in which you would like your email to be delivered to you. So thinking about these things will help you in exactly scheduling your email and also timing the frequency. Should they be sent on a weekly basis? They should be repetitive mails, they should be some follow-up mails, or this is one time and the time is correct and the scheduling is correct, so that you need not invest in sending the mails again and again, but you have sent them at a time which was just appropriate in terms of immediately being opened up and responded to, so that the subsequent efforts of your email marketing goes down and the entire process runs very effectively. When we talk about ESPs, that is the email service providers, and the email which is facilitated through the email service providers, there are a lot of benefits that you get in the process, and that is what add on to the advantages or add on to the this popularity of email marketing with the digital marketeers. They help you a lot, not only in designing your email, providing you with certain kind of templates, the style in which the email is going to open up in the inbox of the recipient, the overall layout, how it is going to look like, but also something like larger security benefits. We know that when there is a email service provider involved, businesses or the firms do not have to worry about updating their softwares. You don't have to update your softwares, because the email softwares, the updation part is the responsibility of the ESP. The provider is going to update its softwares on a regular basis, and that updation will reduce the risk of a security breach for your firm. So when you have a email service provider, you get a lot of security benefits. Along with that, there is also an assured delivery. You know that when you have used a service provider, the email will send once you click on the send button. So it also means that they are moving automatically through an approved server, and when it moves through an approved server, obviously you can be assured of its delivery. So the moment it gives you a send signal, you know that it would have been delivered for sure. If it is not delivered, then you get a bounce mail back in your inbox. So it's very easy to access. When you are using a email service provider, you know that these can be accessed anytime, anywhere, and as long as you are having an internet connection, you have a stable internet connection, and you have an email ID, a firm's email ID, there is always a flexibility that you can send your email marketing from anywhere and everywhere. All you need to have is a device and a stable internet connection, because your service provider is going to ensure that you access it at your ease. As I was mentioning about the template designs, your email service providers also help you in providing you with lot of templates and lot of designs which are very professional looking. So they are certain pre-designed templates which can be used, and they can also be customized. In fact, if your firm has got a design team or it has got a IT team, they can further customize those kind of templates which are provided by the email service providers and fine tune them to the requirements and preferences of your firms or your brand or your target audience. A lot of insights can also be garnered when you work through the email service providers, because they offer certain reporting features. In some of the cases, you would find that they allow the businesses to test and measure the success of your email marketing campaign. So, but just by paying some nominal fee, you can also ask for these reports, and you can refine the overall process of dealing with your email marketing to the best of its advantages when you reap the benefits that ESPs have to offer to you. The last step in the process, students, is discovery. You have to understand that unless and until you use certain metrics to target your email marketing, you can never be sure as to the direction in which it is going. So you have to discover whether or not it is working, because if it is not working and some improvisation in your content, in your design, in your subscribers is called for, you would be able to take those kind of decisions only when you are doing some tracking. You are trying to discover how well your email marketing is working for you. So you have to leverage on, you have to take advantage of some analytical tools to track the open rates or the click rates, or who are the people who have unsubscribed from that email and then the email is going to go to their spam box, or how many bounce mails you have received. Now these metrics are very important. Let us just discuss a little more about these metrics. As I said, there can be open metrics. Why they are important? Because they tell you a lot about your subscribers and the quality of your subscriber list. Are people opening your mails? If they are not opening your mails, it means these kind of subscribers are not interested. It means you have to go back to your segmentation and targeting exercise. The list of subscribers that you are dealing with is not relevant, or probably they are not considering your message to be relevant. So, the content has to be changed, or perhaps it can be something as simple as changing the subject line, and by changing the subject line you can make it more attractive and engaging, which is going to make the subscribers feel excited and engaged in your mail and would push them to read it ahead. All this is going to really improve the likelihood of the opening of your email. So, there can be certain metrics, open metrics, like what is the open rate, how many people, what percentage of the recipients opened or viewed your emails, how many of them opened it and how many times, what was the frequency of opening the same mail again and again, what is the total number of unique opens, like from original or from unique subscribers, how many of them actually open your email. Along with the open metrics, students, it is often the click metrics also which is important. That is something which is going to measure and validate the relevance of the message, not only the content of the message but also the quality of your segmentation and targeting. So, if a link is clicked, suppose you have embedded a link in your email. Now, the moment that link is clicked, it is going to provide the firm with an insight to determine the content that the subscribers are most interested in. They are going to click on the link only when they are interested in that link. So, what kind of information and what kind of content then you should put in that link, which is going to make the subscribers interested in opening and clicking on that in future. There can be a click-through rate, there can be some unique clicks, like the total number of unique users who are going to click on the link, how many times the link is being clicked, what is the total number of clicks that you have got from the users, maybe more than once. Although it is very easy for a firm to decipher that yes, if my mails are being opened up and if I am getting a very high click rate, I am doing very well, the quality of my interaction and the list is great. But then the kind of interaction that you are going to get have with your subscribers is going to be equally important, students. So, the firms should also keep a close tab on people who have unsubscribed, people who are not receiving because they have unsubscribed, and therefore there will be certain bounce mails that you are going to receive back. It is very important for you to understand the reasons why the mails got unsubscribed. Were the subscribers no longer interested in going through your mail, and if that is the case, why? Was the content not appropriate? Was the person whom you were trying to contact through the email marketing was not the right member of your audience group? No, was it too lengthy? What is not, the content was not engaging enough, so that you can garner some lessons out of those. So, it is not only to enjoy your click rates and high open rates, but also to learn something from the mails which are getting unsubscribed and the bounce mails that you are getting, that a firm can really learn a lot and can improvise on your email marketing efforts. So, even if it is not getting delivered, even if it is no longer being received or it is no longer being read, the metric is going to be a very good indicator of whether you are reaching out to the right audience or not, and whether your audience base is right or not. There are certain, hard bounces also, the messages which are permanently rejected by people because there is an invalid email address. So, that also makes a firm take stock of it and go back and take certain steps to ensure that you are trying to connect with the right email address. Maybe nothing is wrong with your content, nothing is wrong with your email marketing efforts, but it is only the little change in the address or little typo error that you are not able to connect with the right recipient. The messages at times are also rejected not because there is something wrong with your email marketing, but the recipient's inbox is full. So the server may not be able to support that. Your email has exceeded the size limit which is being set by the recipient or by the service provider. So by tackling some of these things, you can again have your email marketing efforts on track. After having discussed about all of this in detail, it is important, students, for us to understand that it is the continuous circle of three things which is going to ensure the success of your email marketing efforts. What are these three buzzwords? Initiate, iterate, integrate, and keep on doing this again and again. You initiate something, that is, you start, you make an effort with the customer and work towards creating a complete email marketing campaign. And when you initiate this process, you are trying to get answers to some basic questions like who are your target subscribers, what kind of email content would suit their preference and needs, and then you initiate the process, you start with the process of connecting with your customer through an email. Once that is done, you go to the second I, which is measure and analyze the performance of your campaign. And what are the questions that you are looking at this stage? Are your target group of subscribers opening your mails? What is your click rate? What is your open rate? Are you engaging with them? Are they ignoring you for some reason or the other? And then you can use this information to learn from your mistakes and repeat what is being working well for your organization and continuously work towards the successful execution of your campaign. And the third buzzword here is integrate. Incorporate your marketing campaign in your overall digital marketing strategy, even with your offline marketing efforts. No particular form of digital marketing, students, is going to work in isolation. You cannot consider any particular form or any particular tool to be working independently. It is always in synchronization that any digital marketing tool is going to work, and only then it is not only going to work effectively but is also going to ensure that the other tools are also going in favor of the organization. So you have to integrate, as we said that in case of email marketing, you have to ensure that your design and your content is well integrated so that the subscribers can access that and can engage with it irrespective of the device that they are using it on, the device that they are using to access their email. So that integration part is very, very important. Let us look at some of the best practices. Though this is very easy that you purchase, you pay some amount and then you purchase the email list, but you should not do that. You should always try to create your own contact list, earn your own contact list, because people are going to be responsive only when they have given your their email addresses to you. So try to connect with them through some other platforms, on some other platforms at the same time, and then try to obtain their contact list. Stick to fewer than 3 typefaces. Do not complicate your email by making them or by making them look very weird, because you would be working with too many font sizes, too many font styles. Don't do that. Keep it very simple and professional. Do not use too many colors, do not use too many typefaces. Also avoid using no reply in the sender's email address. Why? Because you are, no doubt, as a firm, you are looking at a very healthy opening rate. You are trying to contact people whose information you have bought, right? But you will quickly see that if you are working in this way, in this manner, your email performance is going to steadily drop. The lesser clutter that you have in mail, as I said that you should not work with too many styles and too many kind of designs, more conversation is that you would be able to make. So don't junk up your messages, or don't put in the information unnecessarily, because that is going to kill the appeal, the visual appeal of your email, and also at the same time is going to kill the overall performance of your email marketing. Do not do it because it would just having something in a very big font is going to make it very easy to read, but the readers can also they at times also appreciate the overall context of the email, and therefore they can really get distracted by too much of styling and too much of designing that goes in for email. So keep it very, very simple. At the same time, when I was talking about no reply, in fact, this is something which should always be remembered by you. When you are giving this option of no reply in a message, that is going to prevent your recipients from responding. It is always possible that they opt out of your further emails. If you have your automated emails which come from your first name, so you have a XYZ company @ something.com, your customers are more likely to open the emails, because that they would be knowing that they are interacting with some human presence who possibly has written an email and who has made this effort of personalizing the email and sending the email to them. So you have to be mindful of these small things, which is which will help in enhancing the overall effectiveness and impact of your email marketing campaign. It is equally important, students, now towards the end, that we appreciate and we understand some guidelines. You are making use of a electronic platform. So there are certain electronic privacy regulations which also apply to the firms. You always have to provide an option to the participants or to the audience to opt out of the marketing emails. You cannot compel people to be really opening up your emails or be receiving your emails. You have to tell the subscribers why the information has been collected and what was the genesis, what actually made the firm go ahead with the email marketing efforts. If you take care of all these things, the firm should be able to leverage well on the effectiveness and the impact that one can garner through email marketing. I am sure, students, you would have understood email marketing well, and in the subsequent sessions we will bring more digital marketing tools for your understanding. Thank you.